After Khamzat Chimaev's loss to Sean Strickland, former middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis didn't hold back at all. DDP went off on Chimaev in multiple interviews, saying he now believes he could mentally and physically break Khamzat in a rematch, especially after hearing the excuses that came out following the fight. The biggest thing Dricus targeted was Khamzat bringing up the weight cut after the loss. He emphasized that he himself has gone through insanely difficult cuts throughout his career and never used them as a public explanation after a bad performance or loss. DDP also reacted strongly to the scoring, saying he was genuinely shocked it ended up being a split decision. In his eyes, the fight was a very clear win for Strickland, and he seemed surprised at how much controversy surrounded the result afterward. At the same time, rumors are now starting to swirl around Du Plessis' own future. A few MMA sources have recently suggested that the UFC could be looking at a middleweight matchup between DDP and Kamaru Usman, though nothing official has been confirmed yet.
Yeah, I think this whole weight cut excuse is ridiculous, to be honest with you. I mean, they said, I think Tariq said he cut 12 pounds in the 24 hours. Yeah. Those are rookie numbers. I mean, 12 pounds in 24 hours, that's not that bad.
I think it was 46 in total.
In total, but yeah. I mean, over the camp, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is that last 24 hours, and 12 pounds is not that much. I mean, I definitely got more than that. And yeah, sometimes I've had bad weight cuts too. I have. Everybody's that cuts weight has had that experience where the next day you feel, and you have a bad cut. Sometimes things just 1 kilogram can make the world difference in a weight cut. And I just think using a weight cut as an excuse when it comes to the fight, even if you did have a bad weight cut, it's fine. It's happened to all of us. But you don't go out and say, oh, I lost the fight because of that. No. If you want to change weight divisions, change weight divisions. But blaming a bad weight cut is like saying, I lost the fight because I wasn't fit. It's on you. Be more disciplined. Be more disciplined then. And the weight cut would be easier.
Magomed Ankalaev has officially confirmed he's signed his next fight, posting on X, contract signed, I miss dunking on people, see you soon. The opponent has not been officially announced yet, but the shortlist is already becoming clear. At light heavyweight, the only top contenders without a booked fight or recent outing appear to be Paulo Costa and Khalil Rountree, making one of them the most likely next matchup for Ankalaev. Both options bring very different challenges. A fight with Costa would lean into pure physicality and striking chaos, while Rountree would represent a more technical and dangerous kickboxing matchup with real knockout threat on the feet. Either way, Ankalaev stepping back into the division immediately reopens the title picture conversation at 205. Speaking of high-profile light heavyweight matchups, Robert Whittaker has broken his silence on his now confirmed fight against Nikita Krylov, and he made it clear this move to 205 is something he's taking very seriously. He also addressed the wider picture in the division, including the possibility of facing Alex Pereira at 205. With Pereira's upcoming fight against Cyril Gane on the horizon, Rob made it clear he doesn't believe Pereira will return to light heavyweight regardless of the result. For now though, Rob's focus is locked on Nikita Krylov, a dangerous and experienced light heavyweight who immediately puts him into deep waters in his new division.
It was just offered to me and I said, yeah, why not? Like I said, I'm feeling out a new weight division. I want to get in there. Also, I want to feel out how the fight itself feels, like how the rest of the camp plays out, how traveling overseas, fight week plays out, how the weight cut, because the last couple of times I've been feeling off a bit because of different things, X, Y, and Z.
Oh yeah, man.
Just as a middleweight, which is kind of one of the pieces that made me move up to light heavy. So I'm here, I'm going to feel it out. I want to kind of breath of fresh air, new scenery, get in there, rip in, work on the things that I've been executing and that I've been practicing for all these months, and just honestly have fun with it, enjoy the experience. But after the last couple of cuts, like the depletion to get to the weight limit was, I think, took a lot out of me. So I'm very curious to see how I feel, how my body feels fight day.
Concerns around the UFC White House event have continued to grow, and now even the main event fighter has reacted publicly. Alex Pereira left a concerning comment under an Instagram post discussing the issues surrounding the UFC White House event. Looks like the White House is a no-go. While this doesn't confirm any official withdrawal, it does suggest Pereira may not be fully comfortable with how the situation is developing, especially as logistical problems around the event continue to surface. One One of the biggest concerns being discussed behind the scenes is the issue of insects at the outdoor venue. Dana White revealed that he attended a dinner in the newly opened Rose Garden and was surprised by swarms of gnats in the area. He immediately raised concerns with his production team, noting that bright arena-style lighting during a fight card could attract moths, gnats, and other insects in large numbers, potentially becoming a serious distraction for fighters and staff. White has historically been cautious about outdoor events for exactly this reason, and it's now being seen as one of the key complications that needs to be solved. Despite all the uncertainty, Ilia Topuria remains fully locked in on his own path. He is set to face Justin Gaethje on the same card and has already started looking beyond that matchup. El Matador called out Ryan Garcia for a potential boxing crossover, saying he believes it would be a very comfortable fight for him and that he would break Garcia before it ever reaches a decision.
El boxeo sí que es algo que digo, me encantaría, pero me encantaría hacerlo con alguien grande, con alguien de verdad, con un nombre establecido, alguien que sume a mi carrera deportiva que tanto me ha costado construirlo. No me gustaría ponerlo en manos de un don nadie, ¿sabes? Por dinero.
Ryan Garcia, por ejemplo.
Sería un combatazo, me encantaría y aparte lo veo como muy cómodo para mí, un combate como Ryan Garcia. Lo veo que lo voy a quebrar mucho antes de que llegue a la decisión de los jueces.
Garcia reacted to Topuria's call out on X. "You are a damn good striker for MMA, that's it. You wouldn't be sipping on tea after our fight, you would be eating through a straw after our fight. Stay in your lane. I'll gladly stay in mine." Carlos Prates has surprisingly thrown his name into the Ilia Topuria conversation. Carlos said his focus is first on becoming welterweight champion, but once he gets there, he wants to directly call out Ilia Topuria and see if he's willing to move up to 170. He didn't shy away from the idea of welcoming one of the UFC's most dangerous finishers into a higher weight class. However, this kind of call out doesn't really line up with what Ilia has said in the past. He has already made it clear that if he ever moves up in weight, it would be for a very specific reason, a super fight with Islam Makhachev. He's not planning on settling at welterweight or building a long run there, especially in a division where size becomes a real factor. And stylistically, that hesitation makes sense. Welterweight is stacked with big, athletic, high-volume killers like Michael Morales, Ian Machado Gary, and Carlos Prates himself. Against that size, Topuria would be at a major physical disadvantage compared to what he's used to at featherweight and lightweight.
To get the belt, and then maybe ask Topuria if he want to come to 170. Let's do this. Let's dance.
You like that one? I heard you say that's one of your dream fights.
Yeah, it's a super fight, money fight.
Topuria going up. How tall are you? What's
190.
190. What is that? That's 6'1", right? And what's Ilia?
Yeah.
Ilia Topuria. How tall is Ilia? Do you know? Have you looked this up?
No.
He's 5'7". That's 6 inches. You're 6 inches taller than him.
It's too much?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a big difference, but you're much.
Yeah, but there at the internet,
yeah,
it's wrong.
Oh.
The internet, I'm 185, but for real, I 190.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.